So welcome back from the break. On the last module of the day, we'll discuss about capabilities of integration with Microsoft Teams and your existing PBX solution. So that's the content for this last module. So let's get started with module number 6. So on this module number 6, we have managed communication in Microsoft Teams. Definitely we'll talk in more detail about the capabilities of integration with an existing PBX PS solution. So we have 4 lessons. The first lesson will be manage live event and meeting policies. So remember to talk about the conversation and messaging policies on the previous module. So here we will expand on that, and also we'll see the controls that we have available for the meetings. After that, next lesson will be manage phone numbers. That will talk about telephony and integration with existing PBX solutions. After that, we'll see the options that we have available to manage for systems directly from Microsoft Teams. And the last one will be troubleshooting audio, video, and client issues. So let's start with the first lesson. So lesson number 1, manage live and event meeting experiences. Let's talk about those settings available at that level. So keep in mind that at a glance, in Microsoft Teams, we have 3 types of meetings. Either this is a private meeting, usually something that will take place one-on-one. Secondly, could be like a channel meeting. In this case, let's say as part of your team, let's say you meet on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, and you have like a scheduled meeting that will take place every week, every month. So definitely have like that meeting previously scheduled inside that channel, inside that team. And the last one could be also that ad hoc meetings. In this case, nothing that was previously scheduled, but in this case, just need to definitely, that moment, we need to just contact one or many participants of that team. So you need to wait in this case. You cannot wait until the next team meeting. You will need to do this now. You will need to try with these people right now. So definitely can do all those different types of meetings into a single place, Microsoft Teams. So also to control the behavior of end users inside those meetings, you have meeting policies. You have also talk about some licensing requirements. Actually, this is more particularly in terms of that integration with existing telephony. And we'll talk about that actually in more detail on the last module. And last but not least, also keep in mind that on those meetings, we have also like a transcription service enabled. So definitely we like to create that closed captioning live. So as people actually talking inside the meeting, actually Teams can also do that for you in many languages now. So let's start with the configure conference bridges. So in the conference bridges, keep in mind people to participate in the meetings can use their own computer audio, but in some cases people would like to, for example, use like a bridge or a toll number, in this case to, for example, have the audio available into that phone device. You can also configure those settings into Teams. Keep in mind that by default you will be provided with a set of numbers, but if you would like to, you can also add additional conference bridge numbers. You can also add, you can see, have 2 options, either a toll number or a toll-free number that you can add. And in this case, people basically to join that audio conversation will need to use that number that you define in that conference bridge and basically just participate on that meeting for the audio portion from there. Another important setting about the meeting will be the policies. So for the policies, keep in mind there are 2 ways to apply those policies. The first one is per organizer. Secondly, per user. And there are also some settings that we apply to both organizer and users. So on these policies, basically, you can enable, disable all those capabilities or features that will be available inside that meeting. For example, you can see on that general meeting policy that we have on the slides, you can enable, disable that allow meet now capability inside the channels. You can allow or disable that audio guiding. You can also allow a channel meeting scheduling, and also allow scheduling meetings inside private channels as well. So you can have also those different capabilities enabled, disabled. And keep in mind also that if you are the organizer, you're creating a new meeting invite in Teams, you will have also control about a couple of settings. For example, if people will need to authenticate, or you will allow anonymous users, or also you will allow external participants as well, you will have control also about those settings as an organizer. Members in this case are